Hey, welcome to Maximum Bat Speed. Want to do this video here today of Aaron Judge, plays for the New York Yankees. Just an amazing player with so much power. Not only does he hit for power, but he hits for average, and there's things going on in his swing that are conducive to power and to average, and I want to show you what he's doing. Now, one of the things that he does so good in his swing is that he gets great separation between the upper and lower body, and I'm going to explain that to you. And now, in order for you as a player to get more power, to get a better hand path, again, to get more bat speed, that separation is crucial. And I'm going to show you here what he's doing in his swing, that hopefully if you apply this to your swing, you're going to be able to get more power and separation in your swing. So let's get started here. First thing I'm going to show you here with Aaron, and it all starts with the setup, and this is crucial. You can see how his back foot right here is pointing straight ahead, and he has just a really nice setup here, very balanced, tall backside. It's one thing I'm always looking for with my students when I'm working with them. You can see here where his legs, he has some flex in his legs, very athletic look right here. Looks very relaxed with the arms, eyes pointing straight ahead, right to the pitcher. Beautiful job right there. Now, one thing again that I bring up all the time in my videos is I recommend very much for you to keep your weight in the inside of your back of the back step of the back of your foot, inside of the ankle, and inside of your inner thigh. That's going to help you to post up against a firm back leg, therefore helping you to get that separation in your upper body and between your upper body and lower body, like you see here in Aaron Judge in this swing. Now, as we go further on with analysis here, like I mentioned to you here, as he starts to get into his back of his apex of his gather here, before he even gets there, the back leg's going to stop moving. In other words, it's almost like he has a cast in his back of his leg where it's not going to move anymore, and from there it's going to allow him to get into great separation. Now, watch what's going on. What he's doing right now with his swing, he's basically carrying his hands with him right now. Really nothing's going on with the upper body. He's just basically getting right into that back hip socket as he gets into the apex of his gather. Now, as he starts to move forward here, you're going to see what's going on here. Pay attention to what's going on with the back of his elbow. As he starts to move forward here, watch how his back elbow is starting to work up, back, and behind him. Now, this is crucial for power. It's crucial for separation. Many times what I see with players that try this move, as they get into their forward move, the back elbow starts to leak or starts to drop, and you can see here with Aaron, just does a beautiful job of making sure that that back elbow is working up, back, and behind him. Now, if you try this for yourself, when you have the opportunity, grab a bat and let that back elbow work up, back, and behind you, but do it with very smooth tempo. The smoother the tempo, the better the opportunity for you not to leak your load, for you to get into this beautiful position as he gets into toe touch where that back elbow is working up, back, and behind him. Now, you can see here that now that he's at toe touch, you can see here the separation between the upper and lower body. Now, if I go from shoulder to shoulder here, you can see where his shoulders are pointing pretty much to the second baseman, and if you watch what's going on with his waistline, you can see it's pretty much pointing to the pitcher. So from here, from the upper body, and again from the lower body, there's tremendous separation. And now, how does this happen? Again, it all starts with what I just mentioned to you. When you get into your setup, feel very relaxed and put your pressure points where I mentioned to you. And again, as you're getting into your toe touch, and I would highly recommend this to you, especially young players who are trying to learn the swing at a very high level. This is what separates the players that are elite players compared to players that are not. They have tremendous separation between the lower and upper body. And again, as you get into your gather here, your hands, you take them with you at first, get into that back hip socket, and from here, once you start getting into your toe touch, let that back elbow work up, back, and behind you. And I would pause right at toe touch and give yourself some checkpoints. Is your back elbow again pointing up? In other words, you want to have a shoulder to elbow look where the shoulder to elbow is all in one straight line. Another thing that you should be looking for, and this is crucial as well, you want to have a slightly bent arm. Now, this is not direct opposite side batter's box view, but you want to have a slightly bent arm, and you want to make sure that your hands at toe touch, and again, this is not direct opposite side batter's box view, but you want to make sure they're right over your back foot. Okay, this is exactly what you see in elite players. This gives you, again, the opportunity to have the right pressure points in your upper body so you can explode through the ball, because of the separation and using your lower body correctly. Now watch what's going on here with his swing. As he gets into his heel plant now, you can see that he still maintains that torque or that separation. In other words, he's at heel plant right now, and you can see here it's pretty obvious even at this stage of the swing right here at the heel plant that his shoulders are still closed. Now again, this is all a cause and effect by what I just mentioned with you, letting that back elbow, that resistance work up, back, and behind you. Get that separation. Get that torque in your swing. That's going to allow you to stay with the pitch longer. It's going to allow you to stay closed longer. It's crucial. And that all happens with what I just mentioned to you. Now again, you can see here he's still closed, still closed. In other words, his shoulders still have really not opened up much. And this is crucial for you as a player to understand. This all happens with, again, the back elbow working up, back, and behind you. There's resistance. Even into toe touch and heel plant, you should feel that back elbow working up, back, and behind you. Now watch what's going on here with his lead elbow here. Now again, I mentioned he has power and he also hits for average. This is why players who apply what I'm going to share with you stay in the zone a lot longer. Watch what's going on with his lead elbow. As he starts to get to the contact, the front elbow here is working up to the height of the mouth. This allows for you to hit to and through the ball, to get a great hitter's box. It's going to allow you to get the beautiful contact points. Now right here you can see here, now if I draw a line where his elbow is and I draw a line right here where his mouth is, you can see, just like I mentioned in my videos, the elbow works up to the height of the mouth. Again, this allows you to hit to and through the ball. Watch how long he keeps that barrel below the hands. This is just beautiful mechanics right here. And one thing that I would highly recommend for you when you're doing tee work, make sure and watch what's going on with his lead elbow right here. You can see here where his lead elbow is pretty much pointing to the second baseman, but even after contact, the lead elbow doesn't really move. Now the forearm is catching up to that lead elbow, and it stays to the same height, or in other words, it's not collapsing, it's not dropping down. This allows him to keep the barrel below the hands and just have beautiful extension through the ball. Now again, all these things I'm mentioning to you, if you apply the pullback, the resistance, letting the elbow work up to the height of the mouth, it's going to allow you to hit to and through the ball. Therefore, you're not going to be leaking to the left. Therefore, you're not going to be pulling away from the ball. Especially on outside pitches, you're going to be able to still put quite a bit of barrel on the ball. Now again, these mechanics right here take time. I did a 2-hour and 45-minute video explaining a lot of what these mechanics are in detail. I would highly recommend for you, if you're trying to build a swing, to get the video. Now back to Aaron here. Watch these mechanics here. Just beautiful mechanics. Now I hope you learned something from this video here. I got a lot of videos that go into detail on YouTube about what I'm sharing with you to make you a better player. Give me a like if you like the video here. Aaron Judge, an amazing player. Thanks for watching my channel.